Hey, to everyone that's checking us out online, appreciate it. This is our Dunkin Music Lounge. My name is Maxwell, but most importantly, I'm sitting next to a dear friend of mine, a local. Love that you are right here in New York. Girlfriend is Gabi Sklar. How are you, homie?
I'm so good now.
The smile's always big.
Yes.
You, as I very much mentioned, growing up here in New York, Long Island,
Yes.
to be exact. Do you consider that New York?
I always tell
Let's go ahead
people
and put that out there.
if I'm out of town, people are like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, New York," you know. But then when you say Long Island, it sounds a little less cool. But nonetheless, I still rep my Long Island. So shout out to any Long Islanders.
It is home, and your growth. For those that are watching and don't know, we've had a chance to have amazing conversations in the past. Your growth through your musical journey has been something truly special. So I guess we should maybe start with when did you know that music was going to be the thing that was going to fill your heart?
I like to say that like you kind of look for the thing that's your purpose, but I feel like sometimes equally that finds you.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I just like loved to play piano. We had this dusty piano that was passed down from generations in my childhood home. No one knew how to play it, and one day I just sat down, kept hitting keys, and eventually something made sense, and then I took it more seriously, started writing when I was 13, started flying to LA with sessions, and then
the rest is history.
The rest is
as they
history.
say.
It kind of just happened.
What does one write about at 13?
I thought I was like really, really living. I was writing about breakups and love and all these struggles, and I was 7 years old. And of course, people can experience that at any age.
Yes.
But I never went through any of those emotions. I was like, these words sound beautiful. Let's put them together. They were trash. But then, like, you really live a little, and then suddenly things make sense, and things are really beautiful. And I think even like your music taste changes, and yeah.
So to go through that and to find your musical taste changing, to find, the direction that your heart is leading you in, and to create from that space. As a songwriter, like, how cool is it to sit there at a dusty piano even and, just put those words together that you don't think make sense, but they do, because that's just where your heart is, to now to be able to really tap in and learn who you are and create from that space. From a songwriter's perspective, what is that like when you accomplish those goals and you put those songs out for the world?
There's no better feeling like really seeing the process all the way through. I think like something starts as simple as a voice note or a little song title in my memos, and I would honestly be very embarrassed if anyone saw my voice memos or my notes. But it starts small, and then all of a sudden, like when you're listening to that first demo and you're driving home or back from the studio, it's so amazing. And even like playing that live and then hearing people sing the words and bring it to a live space is really, it's so special.
Let's talk about some of those, and it's the cliche question when we're getting to learn about, artistry and who you are, but some of those folks that you listened to when you were growing up, that you just fell in love with their sound, with their presence, with their stories. Who were some of those musical influences of yours?
I feel like it's changed so much, but even like growing up, I remember listening to Z100 in the car all the time, All American Rejects. That was actually the moment when I heard that song. There's like 2 piano notes. That's what influenced me to go back to my piano that day when I was like 7 or 8 years old and start playing.
It was that and trying to win Jingle Ball tickets, probably, right?
Obviously,
okay, all right,
of
cool.
course. And I had sisters, and we were all going for it. But it was also like Wicked soundtrack, Celine Dion, Hilary Duff. Like there was such a vast mix, and I feel like you can kind of tell it trickled into like my music taste into my 20s for sure.
So and with that, to learn from those artists, to grow your sound, not to emulate, but to use that as a North Star, that sound that you heard, whether it was All American Rejects or it was, like you said, the Celines, to navigate through all this and to find you. Like how cool is that? Because there are some differences between the first EPs to, where we are now.
Definitely. I think like it just comes with living. Like you really live and you experience and you learn and grow along the way. And I think even like writing things that you realize are not for you help you kind of navigate what is. And yeah, it's just been amazing. I love like looking back at artists that have influenced me and things in life that have influenced me, and it definitely translates to the songwriting.
And that's one of the questions I have written down here. Like, what have you noticed about yourself from the Heartbreak in Heaven EP to now being America's Most Wanted? I mean, there's a difference in who Gabby is.
Yeah, I think like there's both sides, and I think it's important to address, like, people are so multidimensional. We have so much about us, especially like women. Like, we have so many different layers, and especially going into your 20s, you discover so much about yourself. So I think like while the first EP, Heartbreak in Heaven, is like a very deep, very much a lot with love and loss, and the America's Most Wanted is just so much more fun, and you can put the windows down and listen to it. It pays homage to like all of the greats in female pop and rock, and I still have both sides.
For sure.
It's just sometimes certain sides come out more than others.
But that's about finding and learning, you know, who you are and where you are at that time.
Yes,
you know, feeling
definitely.
that openness and that emotional vulnerability in Heartbreaks in Heaven. That's one. But now to hear a song like me, tune in just a little bit. I mean, the 7, 8 songs, they've been on repeat for me for a while now because we're fam. But I wrote down right here that persona is it's giving Fleetwood Mac. You know what I mean? And I'm sure you've heard that a couple of times, or have you not?
No, I have, and it's it's such a tremendous compliment, because like one of the greats I was referring to with America's Most Wanted was obviously Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
I mean, she's an icon. We love her. But yeah, I think it was like important for me to play up that duality, that like coming off of that last project that was a little more somber, being like, okay, well, there's also so much like rock influence that I love, and I want to make a project that I can listen back to and be like, oh, that's the music I love to hear, and that's what I grew up on.
Now, even with the creative, because there's a couple of different album covers. I mean, we see one where, you know, I mean, we got the heart, but then it's like, all right, all of a sudden you got a mugshot. What's cracking there?
Subtle.
But to watch the creative, to be a part of the creative, to know who you are, and to want to have every part of who you are displayed. Like, how fun is it to be in that creative space and watching that come to life?
It's so fun, especially because I'm an independent artist. So like a lot of basically every single idea kind of trickles from me. And then of course I have like a beautiful team of people that help me to like bring that vision to life. But it's funny because even in like the mugshot photo, I'm low key like 6'4", and I'm actually 5'2".
Like,
and
I didn't even catch that.
I didn't catch it either. And then I was like, I printed it into vinyl, and like people are like, wait a minute, it's enlarged now.
You're a little taller.
6'4". It's like I think you're like at least a foot shorter than that, but yeah, it's fun.
It's fun. It's where you are in that space. Let's talk about the songs that are in this particular body of work. What do these songs, as you said, it's fun, drop the top down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're getting that kind of energy, but like, where were you at when you were creating these songs, and why now?
I had taken a trip to Sweden. A lot of the writers I love to work with are from Sweden, and we were just there in like the dead of winter, where I feel like a lot of the time like industries shut down for the holidays, and we were like, no, like we just feel like a family. We love to just create for fun. It's just like friends writing and hanging out. But in Sweden, we were snowed into the studio, and we just started writing like a body of songs that naturally paved its own direction. And I think like on the board we had written Twilight was an influence, the soundtrack for Twilight.
All right.
Fleetwood Mac.
Gotcha.
Dolly, ABBA, so many different influences.
Man.
And it just pieced itself together.
To know that you were able to follow your heart and to put some of those big names on a board, and to, you know, and I don't know, and to really, you know, solidly step into that, but make it your own. Is that a difficult thing, or is it, you know, from, you know, a creative space? I've never tried to write a song, and many people, they've never, you know, thought about putting a feeling to melody, but to know that you have those icons on the board and that you have done a good job being yourself, but melding that together. Yeah, is it tough to get there, or you just let yourself be you?
I think like to be quite honest, there's definitely waves, and I think we're always growing and developing, and that's like the hope, is you want to just evolve to the next version of who you were. So there are times, but I think also like sometimes it just feels really right, and I think being in an environment where you're super comfortable with the people that you're making music with is so important. And you know, I've had the flip of the coin, and it's, you know, it translates in the music. It's not good, but yeah, I feel like I've gotten now to a place where I'm comfortable, which means that I have to keep pushing until I'm uncomfortable, and you keep growing.
That's the tough part is you, and I'm so enamored by so many artists who are able to take those emotions that aren't the easiest to sing about or talk about first, and then sing about them, and then have to repeat and relive those stories. So I just think that the courage and the bravery that comes along with doing that, it's such a special superpower that I'm just so, like I said, blown away when I get to see the show come to life, and then the fans take their own stories and connect them to what you were going through.
Yes. And
how cool is that, from your vision on the stage to see people just really dial into your words and make them their own?
It's really emotional. I have one song on my first EP, Heartbreak in Heaven, where I played it live for the first time, and I almost couldn't get through it. And it's crazy because it's, you know, like I've rehearsed it so many times. It had been a couple months since I wrote the song, and it's just seeing people's reaction too, just like feeling a certain energy in the rooms. Big or small, like it's very emotional. So you just kind of, you don't forget the place where you started.
I've been there. I've seen the show come to life. I vividly in my mind right now, I'm seeing that leopard print jersey.
Yep.
And being on the road just not too long ago, and here in New York City with our buddy Jonah, formerly with Why Don't We Too. I remember seeing the digital come together where he asked you to, you know, be a part of the show. When you get that call and you get to be there to support a friend, and he's there to support you as well, like how full of a, you know, heart do you have in those moments?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I didn't know Jonah in person, and so my team was like, yeah, like Jonah wants to reach out and give you a call. I knew that he was looking for an opener, and I wanted to be that opener so badly, especially in New York at Gramercy Theater. Like, I had so much pride in that. And so I get a FaceTime call, not knowing what was going on. He was like, do you want to just like open for me on my show? I'm like, yes. I like almost dropped my phone. I'm like, yes, 1,000 times yes. And it was just like such a special experience, and there's no one I would have rather opened for. He's a great guy.
Before we get to some music here, homie, and we'll double back after the performance, but yeah, more live shows. Looking forward to doing that. What's 2025 starting to shape up to be? Which is another thing kind of crazy that we're talking about 2025. Like, why don't we have flying cars by now?
I know.
Like that part, right?
I know. It's scary. It goes by so fast. I'm more music, more live shows. I feel like similar to last year, but hopefully coming to even more cities near whoever's watching, and more New York shows, of course.
We're here for it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're here for it. Well, now it's time for me to shut up and stop blabbing, because everybody who is watching right now was like, we love this conversation, but
I'm having so much fun.
Likewise. We'll chat a little bit more after you give us some. Do I ask which songs, or do I just let you do your thing?
So we have 3 songs.
There we go.
And why don't you just watch and find out?
There it is. From our Dunkin Music Lounge, this right here is Gabi Sklar.
So this first song is called Persona. It's my first single off of my second EP, America's Most Wanted, and it's for anyone who's ever felt boxed in, like people have tried to define them. You define yourself. This is Persona, so you could play up any persona any day of the week. 1, 2, 3. Do you really know me? All my identities. One day I'm a dirty blonde, the next a red cherry. Forget about the rumors that all make believe. Who am I? It all depends on which day of the week. It's just me and all my alter egos. We go way back, we so close. Well, I guess you'll never know. Believe me, I got my secrets, can't reach me. Now I got a new persona. If you never knew me, can you really mourn the version you fictionalize? She don't exist no more. It's just me and all my alter egos. We go way back, we so close. Always keep you on your toes. It's just me and all my alter egos. Have you seen her where she go? Well, I guess we'll never know. Believe me, I got my secrets. I got my secrets. Can't reach me. I'm already gone, but life goes on. Hey, it was nice to know ya. Now I got a new persona. Hey, it was nice to know ya. Now I got a new persona. Believe me, I got my secrets, I got my can't reach me. I'm already gone, but life goes on. You wanna know me, no thug? Get in line and take a number. Hey, it was nice to know ya. Now I got a new persona. Thank you. Thank you so much. This next song is called Heartbreak in Heaven. It's off of my first EP titled Heartbreak in Heaven. And this is really for anyone who has ever lost anyone. The EP talks a lot about love and loss, and I feel like that's such a universal thing. And you're not alone in feeling that way. So this is Heartbreak in Heaven. This is dedicated to everyone we've lost. What if tomorrow God called my number? Wait at the counter for my time to go. And in the morning, if I don't wake up, I'm gonna miss you the most of all. Will there be a party? Gold harps and Harleys, a toast just to welcome me home. If you wanna see me, oh, it's so easy. Look in the clouds, I've been there all along. Is there heartbreak in heaven or healing in hell? I got so many questions, only time will tell. Darling, we both know I am no angel. Bet you'd be laughing if you heard the news. I got my halo, a seat at the table. But hey, maybe God makes mistakes too. Is there heartbreak in heaven or healing in hell? I got so many questions. One day I'll see for myself. Oh, is there heartbreak in heaven or healing in hell? I got so many questions. One day I'll see for myself. What if tomorrow God called my number? There's not a thing that I'd wanna read to. Don't wanna cry, no, and on a high, no. Hope you know my favorite angel is you. Thank you. I'm going to cheer things up a little bit. So this is the last song I'm playing. It is called Lonely Times. It's so funny to me. It's not that funny, but it's funny to me how there's so many of us in the world. There's billions of people, and yet we feel so alone in our emotions and our thoughts and things we're going through, when the truth is everyone out there is also going through similar things, and we're anything but alone, and I feel anything but lonely right now in this room being here at iHeart. So thank you so much for having me. This is Lonely Times. Calling, blowing up my phone, I keep ignoring. Rather be alone, I tell them, what's that today? Didn't even know it's 1:15 late. Maybe I don't have to go on stalling. I can't find those heels, I hate to walk in this situation way too often. Ask anyone you know, they'll all say I told you so. I'm irrational, but come on, how do you expect me to be the life of every single party? Even in a crowded room, there's nobody. These are lonely times. If I disappear into thin air, don't come looking for me like I was never there. I am always the last one to arrive, first one to go home. They'll all say I told you so. How do you expect me to be the life of every single party? Even in a crowded room, there's nobody. These are lonely times. How do you expect me to knock it up and leave fake an emergency? Take a look around now, baby, don't you see? These are lonely times. These are lonely. These are lonely times. These are lonely. These are lonely times. These are lonely. These are lonely times. How do you expect me to be the life of every single party? Even in a crowded room, there's nobody. These are lonely times. How do you expect me to knock it up and leave fake an emergency? Take a look around now, baby, don't you see? These are lonely times. Thank you so much.
Yo, let me bring my stool back in here. Give it up for Gabi Sklar, you guys. Oh my God. I'm gonna sit right here and oh my, dude. You know what, man? This is a situation for. Where does that power? Where's that emotion? Where's that voice come from? You're 5'0".
Okay, 5'2". Give me those 2 inches.
Right,
I earned
2
them.
inches, fam.
No, that's so kind. Thank you.
Oh my
Honestly, you just you live.
Yeah.
You live and you learn and you feel your traumas and they come out in music and it's a beautiful thing.
You're you, and that's what's really special. But
you.
listen, it's not just you. I mean, show love to who's sitting right there immediately to your left.
Richie? Can we give
Shout
it up
out
for
to Richie one
please?
time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
a legend.
This is so cool. One of the things before we wrap up here, I want to talk about the amazing success on social media and utilizing platforms like Instagram and TikTok to connect. I mean, very much like you said for the song is that everybody you find that way through emotion, through music to connect to so many people, folks that don't even know English as their first language. But you're able to utilize, the platform like Instagram, like TikTok to really get out there. How fun is it to see that ping, and it's somebody that lives in Kuala Lumpur?
It's so crazy because I am quite literally sending out merch right after this to Japan, to like Illinois,
Yeah.
Shout out
Illinois too. Shout out. Yeah. What up,
and
Chicago?
France. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy that all of these orders just pinged, and they're from quite literally everywhere in the world. And it's such a beautiful thing. Social media is one of those things where it's funny because you can try to study the math of it and try to figure out what works, and it doesn't. And it's always the imperfect moments where you're like, I don't think I'm gonna post this. I don't know. Like you critique yourself, and what's so beautiful about that is that's what ends up resonating, because there's a rawness and a realness, and I'm just so grateful for my platform.
There's
and my
an
audience.
authenticity to it, you know. There's a stairwell that a lot of people freaking know. Like, man, the acoustics in here are really fire. You know, I mean, and that's what you. So to come to a stairwell near you, what's it like about that series? How fun is it just to park your butt in a random stairwell?
Stairwell.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, watch your stairwells. Be careful, because there might be someone who looks just like us. It's obviously not us singing a song that sounds like mine. That's not. But it's just fun. I think it's just being spontaneous and taking advantage of a moment, and also like the acoustics are really good, so can't complain.
When you're thinking about the covers, when you're thinking about the songs that you love to bring to life and put your personal spin on it, how does that process go? Like, I can imagine there are so many videos in the drafts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I keep getting the notification that my storage is almost full and that I have to delete things, and I have like so many of the same take that I'm hoarding for no reason at all. That will be like my seasonal cleaning. I just love listening to different playlists, or like thinking of artists that I love who really sing and like connect in their soul, and like, you just feel it. It could just be plain vocals, nothing in the background, no instruments, and you just really feel it to your core. So those are the songs that are usually like my favorite. But also I'll be standing in the line for like a coffee at Dunkin at the airport, and sometimes I just hear a song playing and I'm like, you know what, that'd be a fun cover. So
and you just go with it.
Really just comes from wherever.
All right. Speaking of Dunkin, before we get out of this here Dunkin Music Lounge, I got a Dunkin question. I'm gonna throw it to the both of y'all. All right. So we're hanging out. You know what I'm
Hopefully
saying?
we don't have the same answer.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. All right. So you're kicking it, hanging out. You know what I mean? And you're pulling up to the front of that line at the Dunkin, and you want to grab a nice iced coffee.
Yeah.
Who would be that person, that famous, that celebrity that you would love to see behind the counter serve you up your iced coffee, caramel, little almond milk in it?
You.
So that that is the right answer. Ding, 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 ding. Oh my gosh, Gabby,
I only have one answer, and it's you or my mom. But probably. It's just nice when you have like a nice friendly face.
Yeah.
We probably have the same coffee order, and
I think so.
Fellow New Yorkers. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think that's my answer.
Are you also saying me, Richie? Are you all say?
You know what? I got someone. Bruno Mars. Imagine
Wow,
Bruno Mars.
that would be.
Hey, yo, can I get your order?
The impersonation right there.
Yeah. That's
that.
Crazy.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I don't know if we're going to be able to. I hope so. I mean, it's always an open door policy, but I hope we get to see each other here. No, I was going to finish my question. That has nothing to do with that. I want to say, like, this is your family. And, here with Z100 and iHeartRadio New York, like, it's always, you just shoot me a text message. I'll make sure that the key card works to let you guys come and hang. Like, seriously, this can't be the last time that we hang before the end of the year. How crazy that we're, again, going back to what we said earlier, getting ready for 2025.
It's crazy.
But, man, I just want to put that out there and let you know that you have a forever home here. And if I have to be the one behind the counter, you know what I mean, serving you up.
Do you make a good coffee?
Yeah, I'm solid
like a mean
at it.
latte?
Yeah, my latte game is really it's very specific. It tastes, it's consistent. I
trust him. I trust you.
That's me.
There you go. Thank you so much.
So everyone that's checking us out. Oh, before we go, homie, let's make sure we drop all your actual factuals and we make sure that we're following the right Gabi Sklar on all platforms.
So you can follow me in my music journey at Gabi Sklar. Sclar rhymes with star on all social platforms, TikTok, Instagram. Thank you guys so much at home or wherever for tuning in. And
Noob's music, but follow Gabby.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun. Enjoy a chocolate munchkin and a latte at home or wherever you are on the go.
There it is. See you later, skaters.